All right, welcome to Chapter 10, Part 5. We're going to go over printer maintenance, right? So to extend our printer's life, right, you need to follow the manufacturer's directions for using the device as well as maintaining the device. You need to perform the necessary routine maintenance. Um, so first thing you should do is always check the printer's manufacturer website for support drivers, parts, etc., manuals. When working on a printer, ensure it is off. Unplug it and then wait 30 minutes if possible to allow it to cool down and discharge. Uh, never look at a laser beam, and always try to use an anti-static ground bracelet when working on components such as RAM or logic boards. Um, so to replace a toner cartridge, right, you should turn the printer off. For an inkjet, right? Turn printer on and open the front cover. The printer releases the cartridge, so you can then open the latch on top of the cartridge to remove it, and then you can install a new cartridge. But yeah, so most inkjets, right, when you open up the front cover, it'll shift the cartridges and open it to where you can then remove and replace the cartridges. Um, some routine printer maintenance is just clean the printer, use a damp cloth. Um, don't use ammonia-based cleaners. And try to clean the inside of the printer with a dry cloth. Definitely do not blow out toner with compressed air. Those particles are bad for you to breathe in. They do have special vacuums that are capable of toner, but a normal vacuum is not capable of handling the fine particles, plastic particles of toner. So be very, very careful when you're trying to clean a laser printer with excess toner around. Right, so you can have a toner certified vacuum cleaner. That'll help, and then also an extension magnet brush are also helpful for getting parts and things out um, uh, um, in a printer. Calibrating a printer, right? So the inkjet nozzles need cleaned and calibrated and aligned, right? And so how you access these differ from printer to printer. You might use a menu, might push a button on for startup. You'll have to read your manual as to how that works. And then if you're still having problems after calibrating it, the nozzles may need to be manually cleaned, or you might need to check the manufacturer for other ways to troubleshoot this. Laser printers automatically calibrate themselves periodically. And here's cleaning the nozzle head, right? And you want to avoid that. You can clean around it, but don't touch the head itself, right? Um, Maintenance kits, right? So especially for laser printers, you can get maintenance kits, and they have specific components like rollers and pads and other things, depending on maybe even a fuser assembly, depending on the amount of time that's gone. And the maintenance kits will include steps and instructions for performing and installing the kit, and you'll figure out by your printer, how often the cycle is. Maybe it's 50,000 pages, 100,000 pages. It'll differ by printer. And you may need some special tools or equipment to install the maintenance kit. And consumables, the toner cartridges, the image drum, and fusers. These tend to need to be replaced. Toners are the most frequent. image from being next, and then fusers, they do periodically need to be changed after several years of use. But it'll vary by printer and manufacturer and style and usage, right? But those are some of the consumables and easy things to replace. All right, you definitely want to check with the user, find out what works or doesn't work, and try to make a determination of the problem. Now, once you believe you've solved the problem, you'll need to ask the user to check things out to ensure they're happy. Once the user is happy, you need to document the problem, the original problem, and what you did to resolve it. All right, next we're going to go through some issues here with printer doesn't print. Right, we have a flow chart on this next slide, and we're just going to try to isolate the problem. What applications try to use the printer? Is it Windows? Is there Windows settings or print drivers? Is it the printer itself, or is it the actual connectivity, network connectivity? All right. So you start at the stop. You start at the start, and can you print? Yes. Then you're done. Right. No. Can you print a test page from the OS? Yes, then troubleshoot the application. And you just go through the various flow charts, right? Can you print a test page using controls at the printer? If yes, check the connectivity. If no, then check the printer. Turn the printer on and off, right? So you just go through this flow chart and just asking various questions. And there are various things that you can try if you're having problems printing from an application, right? Print a Windows test page. If it works, the problem is likely with the application or the file you're trying to print from the application. Make sure the correct printer is being selected. You may be printing, but to a printer somewhere else, right? Can you print a different file from the same application? Can you print from a different application? Is there enough hard drive space for the OS to create a temporary print job? Because without, if it doesn't have any hard drive space, it can't print, because it's got to create a temporary job, and that takes hard drive space sometimes. So, and then if all that fails, right, you can repair or uninstall and reinstall the application and see if that works. If you can print from Windows, or if you can't print from Windows, you need to delete all the print jobs from the queue. Or if you can print from Windows, excuse me, right? You need to delete all the jobs from the queue, send a Windows test page. If that page stalls in the queue, check the printer. Is there paper in the printer? Is there any error displayed on the printer? If it's a network printer, can you ping the printer, right? And we'll talk about that later in our networking, but it's basically checking and see if it's available on the network. Check your cable connections. Are they all tight and secure? Then you can stop and start the spooler, which restarts the printing service on Windows. Reboot the computer. Update the drivers. Disable printer caching if it's not already disabled. And these are some of the methods you can do if you're not able to print. Now, if you have problems with the printer itself, right, make sure the printer's on. Does it have paper? Does it have the correct paper that's set for the tray, right? Maybe it's set for legal size paper, but you've got letter paper installed. It won't print if it's being told to use legal and its letter is installed, or vice versa. are there any errors displayed on the control panel or front of the printer? Lights flashing. Can you print a self-page? And then also review the test page for clues. Maybe it'll tell you that the network's down. If the test page is not printing, try and reset the printer. Turn it on, turn it off. Just and check it around. Check for any issues. And if you still can't get it to work, you might have to go to a certified repair shop and try and figure out what's wrong. Problems with connectivity for network printers or shared printers, right? If the self-page prints but the Windows test page does not print, connectivity might be a problem, right? So you can print it directly at the printer, but remotely from the computer it won't print. So maybe the issue is with the network connection. Check that the client can communicate with other network devices. Can that computer ping or talk to other printers or other machines, right? Maybe it's the network connection for the computer. If that's not the case, can it connect and ping the printer, right? Check the IP address information for both the printer and the machine that you're printing from. Are they correct? And then just verify the configuration. Ping printer, run diagnostics. Just not a whole much. I mean, if you can ping the printer, then it's not the network. It's something else. But but you have to at least check it. All right, so for network or shared printers, right, is there enough hard drive space, right? You need to have enough hard drive space to print the job. Are you getting access to iMessage, right? You might not have access to the shared printer. Open the printer's property box and check the security tab. Select everyone and make sure permissions for everyone, include permissions for everyone if that's what you want and desire. But I mean, for troubleshooting purposes, you set it to everyone, and that eliminates any potential security issue. But you may not want that or desire everybody to be able to print to it. But it is a good way to troubleshoot. And then you might have to delete the printer and reinstall the printer again. It may just get corrupt sometimes. Typically, taking the toner cartridge out and rocking it back and forth will resolve poor print quality issues. If this does not fix the issues, a new toner cartridge might resolve the issue. If you're still having issues, check to see if the printer is due for routine maintenance, and if it is, then perform that and see if the issue goes away. And then you can check some of the other items mentioned here on the slide, right? Printer might need cleaned. Laser drum might need replacing. Distorted image could be caused by foreign material. Right, so there's a few things that you can look for. For inkjets, right, is the correct paper quality being used? Is the ink supply low? You may have to clean the sponge near the cartridge reset. Missing lines or dot on the printed page can be caused by ink nozzles drying out. So maybe you haven't printed in too long and it's dried out. You might need to get new cartridges. Garbled characters on the page, right? So cancel all print jobs and try printing a different document from the same app. Print using different applications. Is the USB cable securely connected at both ends, right? So maybe a loose connection could cause this. Then try and power down the printer and press the reset button. Update your drivers, for whatever reason. updating print drivers can help. And printers might need servicing, right? So definitely have it check out if all of this, if the printing from a different application, updating drivers, if that hasn't resolved it, you might need to have it serviced. For print quality could also be caused by low memory errors. Only part of the page prints. Printer may have a flashing light, right? It may display a out of memory message or low memory. Install more memory or print only simple pages with few graphics. And then you can print a self-test page to verify how much memory is installed. And then wrong print colors. Some papers designed to print on only one side. Try flipping the paper over. Adjust the quality of the print. For inkjet printers, try cleaning the ink cartridges. For laser printer, try calibrating the printer. And that is it here for maintaining printers, and it is also the end of chapter 10. See you in the next chapter.